Hi, hello everyone. Hello, my dearest friends. Yes, my name is Sofia Alessandrini, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I created this space for anyone that is aspiring to be a great writer or that loves books and loves writing. So, are you ready to write your next book, your next bestseller, your book series? Well, stop. Just stop. Yes. Before you write by the seat of your pants, my friends, or start outlining a good plot, before you mess up your book, yes, I am not exaggerating. Just follow these 3 easy steps and you will thank me later. Thank you. So here's first reason, number 1. The term premise comes from medieval Latin, meaning things mentioned before, to a logical resolution in an argument or story, not to make it too complicated, my friends. Premise is the central idea of your book or book series. It is the idea that glues everything together. It is your story stated in just one phrase, one sentence. And it is crucial, my friends, because it is your inspiration. It is the aha moment when you said that would be a terrific story. To know what your premise is, you must know what your story is about. And why do you want to tell this story? It consists of an event, your main character, and some sense of the outcome. A premise is kind of like a mini outline, one that's very useful to even those who dislike outlining. Writing down your idea gives you the lodestone by which to direct the frigate of your story. John Truby states in his book, The Anatomy of a Story, the key point to a premise. What you choose to write is more important than any decision you make about how to write it. So, my friends, let's begin with an example of a premise. What if premise. The what if you bring dinosaurs and humans to fight to death in an island, and then you'll have Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park. Or let's say, what if a young man uses the Force as a magical skill of a fighter to save a princess from mortal danger of a galactic empire? And then you'll have Star Wars. These are mere examples of how important a premise is. So my friends, please go and write your premise first. Before you do anything, write that premise. Second reason, you must know your central conflict of your story. This is the main problem that our main character must face or resolve. The central conflict is the problem the character finds himself in. The central conflict is the crisis that defines your character very quickly, which purpose is to move your story forward. The central conflict molds the shape of your journey your characters will take. In most stories, it is this change that will initiate the main conflict for your protagonist. Identifying the central conflict is a crucial step in formulating the driving force behind your idea. To find your central conflict, you must figure out who fights whom over what to define your central conflict before you plot. And make sure you are committed to your central conflict throughout your story or your book series. Let me give you some examples of a central conflict. Most central conflicts are an artful blend of both inner conflict and outer friction. An external battle will inevitably give rise to internal conflicts. Sometimes a character must do things they ordinarily wouldn't do or will strongly disagree with in order to overcome the obstacle at hand. Often, the harsh rule of the society conflicts with the freedom of your protagonist. That goes for the oppressive dystopian governments, as well as particularly smothering social norms. Anything that sets your main character away from the status quo. A great example, Katniss Everdeen railing against injustices of the Hunger Games. Romeo and Juliet, one of my favorite, against the injustices of defined political divides. Or, most famous, Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. These are all great examples of what happens when characters take on societal pressures. Sometimes, forces of nature make more than an adequate foe. Nature conflicts introduce the unpredictability and indifference of weather and wildlife, pitting your hero against the elements. A great example of this is in Robinson Crusoe. A young adventurer is shipwrecked on an island for nearly 30 years. Pitting characters against one another is an all-time honored literary element, whether it's a standard hero and supervillain clash or not. These days you can find all kinds of other type of clashes in action-packed movies, for example, hero versus hero or supervillain versus supervillain. But let's go for something classic. Let's think Harry Potter versus Voldemort, or Hamlet versus his scheming, power-hungry uncle. A showdown between a character and an invention that grows out of control usually centers around a larger question of morality or humanity. In the age of AI, it is a very popular conflict to unpack. Let's give you a great example, I, Robot, a short story collection by Isaac Asimov, which features a cast of human-like robots in situations that demand action with philosophical consideration. This type of central conflict was a favorite of the ancient Greeks, who built stories around characters who tried to avoid their preordained fate. It is a technique still employed in contemporary literature. A great example of this is The Lord of the Rings. Frodo confronts his destiny through a number of trials as a destroyer of the ring. Third reason, yes, you must create and design your character profiles. Yes, it's very important. Having your character descriptions is necessary, but designing your character before you outline your book or write your story is crucial. Give your protagonist and your characters as many weaknesses, serious and even dangerous flaws that result in a constant struggle and disadvantage for your character. Also give them a powerful psychological need, a desire, a want that will motivate your character through the story, and do not forget to add a moral need. This last one is what the character needs to change his flaw and overcome challenges, resulting in a character arc. In summary, it is quite common to struggle with introducing conflict into your stories, my friends. The trick isn't to shy away from it, but to welcome it with open arms so you can get down to solving your way out of again. When the going gets tough, your characters reveal their true selves. Like and subscribe to my channel now if you haven't already done so, and seriously, it makes a difference and helps me to continue delivering this amazing kind of content. You may also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Goodreads, and Amazon. Links posted here below. Book number 1 of my book series Legends of Astria is available now on Amazon. Go buy it. Ciao!